Hello everyone, welcome to round 8 here of the Flocking Geese's My Team Career Mode here on F1 2023, and you join us for the Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona. So yeah, practiced and qualified. You won't believe it, but we actually qualified P1 just like last time. F1 2022 we qualified P1. So yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Hopefully we can have a good race.
Circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia has been on the calendar for over 30 years now, and it has served up some classics. Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari in 1996 in the rain. We have much better weather here today for the Spanish Grand Prix. The Circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia runs to 2.9 miles. It's a heady mix of high and low speed corners. Look out for the high downforce arc of turn 3, the 2 DRS zones, and the chicane at turns 14 and 15. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Goose lines up on pole position, Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Verstappen, Russell, Perez, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Joe, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, De Vries, Tsunoda, Sargent, Williams, and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And joining me again for the race today, Natalie Pinkham. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? And we welcome Anthony Davidson to the commentary box once again. And this driver had a great win last time out. Can they carry that momentum into this one?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Alright people, you're not seeing things. P1 for the Spanish Grand Prix, and let's get this underway, shall we? And the lights are out, and look at this start. The Goose has goes into the fend from Charles Leclerc. Verstappen does not have the best start and allows the 2 Mercedes to go into position 3 and 4. Carlos Sainz behind them, P5, and now just look at him go. He's flocked off into the distance into turn 3. Goose Lord, man. On board now with the Goose in position 1. This is an aggressive Goose. We've never seen this Goose before this season. So far, mostly we've just had disastrous races. The only good race we've had really was at Bahrain and Imola, but the rest was just a disaster. And then there's Monaco. But never mind that, we move on now. We focus on Spanish Grand Prix here. Carlos Sainz is in oh no, sorry, Leclerc's had a bad start. And Verstappen, so Carlos Sainz at his home Grand Prix, as you can desperately trying to get into position 1 for his to please the Spanish fans here. And obviously this is Carlos Sainz's home Grand Prix as well, so he's going to be pushing the extra mile to get into first place. In third place you got Kings Lynn's ultimate and number 1 driver and ultimate ladies fan, George Russell. And then Lewis Hamilton in 4th place, followed by Charles Leclerc, the Monaco madman himself, in P5. And the Goose sets the fastest lap of the race so far, 1 minute 20 seconds. Close to 1 minute 21 seconds here. We go into lap 2. Carlos Sainz is still trailing the Goose. Now, another thing that we forgot to mention is that Mark, the second we started the race in lap 1, we had a report of some wear to the MGUK unit, and we get a purple through section 1. Excellent purple for purple means optimal, so you know it's like the best. You've done really well in the first part of the racetrack. But no, Russell and Hamilton are fighting it out. Leclerc still in P5, trying to defend from Verstappen by the looks of it.
Depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Here we go, here comes Carlos Sainz now trying to go through the fast straight here, but there's no DRS because it's not been labelled yet. But he does have that momentum. He's trying to overtake the Goose down that fast straight, but the Goose defends, and the energy store is, well, on its last legs as well. Starting to wear out, sorry. This car, not the best car in the world, but it's the thing with this car is that it has this. Oh, we have beaten our own lap time by 3 seconds here. 1 minute 17.769. Nice. DRS is enabled. This will give Carlos Sainz and the other racers an advantage, not us the advantage. The only advantage we have is the overtake button, but that's not really going to do, is it? We need DRS, but we can't because we're in first place. Yeah, well, I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, so this at the Flocking Geese, we have had a history of. Okay, yeah, the car's not great, but it's so durable. It's just a tank. It will take so much punishment and bring miracle results. No matter how hard we push it, no matter how jammed the gearbox is, if the engine's going to explode because of the MGU hates the overheating or the storage, the internal combustion engine losing power, or the turbocharger's not giving enough charge, or the power cells just storing enough energy. And there we go, Carlos Sainz attempting a Goose defending like a madman here to lap 4. Literally, you can see he's graduated from the school of Verstappen driving here, defending like mad to keep position 1. This is a Goose that's gone to war, people. This Goose means business. This is a Goose we've not seen since Imola last year at round 4 of F123. This is an insane Goose, and it's Goose to see him back. It's great to have him back, but can he hold it in? Can he hold it for the next 29 laps? Yeah, 29 laps. 4 laps, 29 laps to go, 33 laps in this 50% session of the Grand Prix here at Spanish Grand Prix Catalunya, Barcelona. Here comes Carlos Sainz. He has the advantage, but no, he doesn't have the momentum to take him over in the sharp bend here. Meanwhile, Russell and Hamilton, actually no, Russell's caught up with Sainz. But no, the Goose is literally just still hammering it down into lap 5. Taking advantage of the... oh my god, here they come. Here comes the cavalry. Carlos Sainz goes round the outside, followed by George Russell. George Russell doesn't get the momentum, and here goes Sainz! And the Goose dive bombs and sends him round the outside. Lap 5, and because of this manoeuvre, they have fallen behind by just almost over a second behind us. However, it won't take them that long to catch us up. My God! Where was this Goose the whole time? This Goose has just come out of nowhere and said hello. Do you know what it is? Street tracks, not exactly the most ideal tracks, or open tracks like this where the walls are not actually by the road. You're not surrounded by walls. The walls are very far away from each other, like in this area. You've got gravel all around. Yeah, so this obviously gives the Goose an advantage here, and this is where he can actually go to his full power. And Kingsley's number 1 driver, and ultimate ladies man George Russell. Oh, I got it right this time! Hey, Rockstar won't be mad at me. Hi, Rockstar. He takes over. He takes position 2 from Carlos Sainz, and obviously this is not going to impress the Spaniard as he wants position 2 back. He wants to win this Grand Prix. And here we go. The Goose defends, but can't because he'll just lose it. Contact with George Russell there, and takes position 1 back.
The aggression, we need clean overtakes, or we'll get a penalty.
And unfortunately, there was a bit of a comms issue because the Goose was not paying attention, too focused on the race. Carlos Sainz is caught up with George Russell by the looks of it, and we have oh, hang on, P6 and P7. We have the 2 Red Bulls in the form of the Whining Dutchman and the actual Red Bull driver himself, Sergio Perez. P6 and P7 stalking Leclerc, stalking him. The Monaco madman himself. Here comes George Russell. Does he have momentum? The Goose tries to defend, but no. Here comes Russell. Tries to go around the inside. Does he go around the inside? Barely. And the Goose manages to defend from the outside. Nicely done. Bit of contact. And it was Russell that made contact with us, and the FIA should be giving him the fucking warning, not us. Get lost. Yeah, sorry about the audio of the race. It's terrible. Audio crackling in it. No. Here we go again. Oh my god, are we going to see a 3 wide here? To the first corner? No. Still contact with George Russell as he tries to go around the outside. It's George Russell that's having a go now, not Carlos Sainz. No, the Goose manages to defend nicely, might I add. Bit aggressive, but that's what we like to do here at the Goose. Ruthless aggression. Literally, and this is lap 7. We've held it in for 7 laps, people. What's going on? I tell you what is going on is that Verstappen has taken position 5 from Charles Leclerc, which only means one thing, and it's not Goose for the Goose, because this means trouble. As Verstappen has a horrid, a bad reputation of catching up to the first place leader. It's like a fucking blue shell from Mario Kart. He just fucking comes up to you, whines on the radio, whines on comms, and then just passes you. Jesus. But no, it's still Russell P2, Sainz P3, Hamilton P4. Where's George Russell? Leclerc, sorry. Teammates 19.2 seconds behind us, which only means he's last. Russell again tries to go round, but bit of contact there. George Russell knocked us off the track. He tries to do an Australian. He tries to do an Australian. Did you see that? He tried to pit us, but no. We prevailed, and now he is a second behind us. Well, it was a second. Yeah, he is a second behind us, thanks to his little manoeuvre. And Carlos Sainz has dropped to position 5 now, as Verstappen takes position 4. Hamilton moves up to position 3. This is not going well for Carlos Sainz at his home Grand Prix, is it? He was started position 2, and now he's position 5. He's got a long way to go before he can catch up. He's got 25 laps to go, so I'm sure he could do something in that time. But meanwhile, we're still position 1, fastest lap, and we are holding it nicely as the 2 Mercedes start to gain on us. Obviously, by now the soft tyres will be on their last knees. And there's a new strategy for us.
Copy.
But we're keeping with the original plan, as the Goose likes to do, and we're going to be pitting at the end of lap 16. So roughly halfway through this race. And oh my life, the front tyres are nearly at the 40% and mid 30% now, 37, 36. Verstappen is now position 3. He's overtaken George Russell. The Riding Dutchman is flying high here, and yes, thanks, Mark. We already know that the tyre grip is losing. We're losing the tyre grip. We know. I can't get my words out today. It's possible that Hamilton got the DRS at that point, which is going to give him the advantage to catch us up. And, oh, here we go. Leclerc, out of nowhere, takes position 4 all of a sudden, from position 6, I think he was. Takes over his teammate, Carlos Sainz, and George Russell. And is now at least 2 seconds or something like that behind Verstappen. And here comes one of the British racing legends himself, Sir Lewis Hamilton, as he tries to dive. He dived down the inside of turn 1, but the Goose blocks him, and now he's just sitting behind him. As the Goose flocks off and lets him know that he's not the only crazy Brit to take to the Formula 1 tracks out there. No, sir. He's dealing with Worcester's finest driver, chaotic madman of Mordor. Oh, hello. George Russell's dropped down to P6. Carlos Sainz starting to make some moves now as he's gained position 5. At this point, the soft tyres are going to be starting to wear off. The medium tyres, yeah, I mean, they must be in the front tyres must be in the 40% zone by now, but they're still giving us hope that we can still stay in position 1. Meanwhile, Verstappen is stalking Hamilton. Hamilton's got problems now, and it's the it's the old classic. Oh, here goes Hamilton around the outside. Oh, it's Verstappen. Meanwhile, up at the front, where the real chaos is, the Goose is 10 laps in, starting lap 11, and he is still P1. Where has this Goose been for the last 7 races, people? Where? Jesus! This is a Goose we've not seen since F123, and I love it. And you love it as well. Well, for those that actually watch the videos, which I applaud you. Thank you very much if you watch these videos. It means a lot to me. And to this very, very, very small channel. But anyway, moving on. Hamilton is not focusing on us as much as he likes to, because he's got a whining Dutchman behind him in the form of Maxime Verstappen. Mad Max, whining Dutchman, Maxine, whatever you want to call him. Dutch boy's secret weapon. I'm just coming up with some nicknames for Verstappen here. But strap on. Strap on. There we go. That's all for the history books. And hello, we got some information here. Logan Sargent from Williams Racing is out. What's gone on here? He looks pretty slow coming out of turn 4 into turn 5. There's no smoke coming from the back of his engine, but no, he's out. That, and there's our teammate Callum Williams from Flocking, and he's not last. He's not last. He beat Nick de Vries. Go on, son. Go on. Get him. So that puts Callum Williams, our teammate from Down Under, good night, mate, and he's in P20. And here comes Hamilton. He's thinking about it. Oh, bit of contact, I think, from the rear. Still side by side, almost through the first 2 corners, but no, the Goose manages to defend, and he just flocks off. That's F-L-O-C-K. YouTube. Flock. Not what you thought it was. Lap 12. Verstappen is still stalking Hamilton, and this is probably going to put pressure on Hamilton now to do something stupid. And there's Logan Sargent, who's retired, through the yellow section, and now we're in the green flag area, so we can go back to racing speed. Even though we were already at racing speed through the other flag section. Obviously, this is the dangerous bit, because he's got DRS, he's got the overtake button as well. Will he go down the outside? He's trying to. He's trying to, but he's failed, and Verstappen is right on his tail now. This is not good for Hamilton. He's sandwiched. He's sandwiched between 2 lunatics. One whinges and one actually causes chaos. Here we go, and this nicely, it's nice to bring back the fast straight bit of the Spanish Grand Prix. So that stupid chicane, I hated that chicane. It was a nass. Oh my God, Verstappen, Hamilton are trying to go 3 wide through this corner. We nearly went 3 wide. 3 wide, Verstappen, Hamilton, and the Goose 3 wide for that corner. My God. And now the Goose just leaves him for dead again. With his excellent defending skills. We've not seen this Goose since F122, and we love it. Ah, this is the Goose we like to see. A Goose that goes to war. Leclerc and Sainz are still holding it out in positions 4 and 5 respectively. Holy hell, so the Goose is now leaving Hamilton behind by over a second. However, Hamilton does have DRS. Actually, does he? No, he's over a second. He hasn't got DRS. Sergio Perez is P6 by the looks of it, which means Kingsley's #1 driver and ultimate ladies man George Russell is in P7. Thank God that chicane's no longer in use. That is an ass. I hated that. Hang on a minute. We've got people going to pit lane. Leclerc and Verstappen have gone into the pit lane, leaving Perez, King Alonso, and Carlos Sainz to take over positions 3, 4, and 5 respectively here. Hamilton's not pitted. And he's just over a second behind us. He's trying to gain on us. Carlos Sainz is 2.5 seconds. Perez 4 seconds behind us. King Alonso, 6.5 seconds. Again, I do apologise, Ian, but that is actually quite catching on to me. The Fernando Alonso nickname. And you can just see Verstappen and Leclerc coming out of the pit lane there, the bottom left corner, just briefly. So as they are on a different strategy to us, they're on the two-stop strategy, I believe. We are on the one-stop strategy, and yet we've been told to not go too aggressive with the tyres, even though that's the tyre wear is on the bottom right screen, and it is showing yellow, which means we are overdoing the tyres. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, can we just look? 15 laps in, Carlos Sainz and Perez have gone into the pit lane. They're pitting, changing out onto the, I believe, medium tyres? No, hard tyres. Interesting strategy. George Russell has got into the pit lane as well, followed by Valtteri Bottas, who's got into the pit lane as well, and Alexander Albon. And, oh boy, Joe Guan Yu is P5, people. And Verstappen, the Whining Dutchman, is on the hard tyres, and he's P4.
Okay, Callum's coming in for his stop.
And there's our teammate going into the pit lane now to follow, to get some, I believe he'll be on the mediums or hards. He's on, I think he's on the same strategy as us. I'm not entirely sure. But no, Guan Yu, oh my life, yeah, we need to, yeah, the tyres need to be sorted out quite soon, as the, you can see we are actually starting to lose grip here. I saw 60-something% with the 63%, I think it was, with the front tyres. The back tyres somewhere in the 50s. Yeah, these medium tyres are starting to wear out.
We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap.
Yep, this is it, people. Lap 16. This is the pit lane strategy. So we will be pitting this lap to fit the hard tyres on. Hamilton is still over a second behind us. Meanwhile, here we go. Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far, 1 minute 17, beating the Goose by half a second. Oh, we nearly lost it then. the tire grip is starting to wear out, as you just saw there. We nearly lost it then onto the grass, nearly spun it, but no, the Goose keeps it nicely under control. I wish they fixed that sound. How's the engine not exploded? That's what I want to know. Yeah, the tyres, we're struggling to get through. We're struggling to actually turn with these worn out tyres, as you can see. As well, it doesn't help that the Goose keeps putting down the power on the apex a bit too hard. And here we go now. We go into the pit lane now. It's always hard going into a pit lane. And Hamilton is thinking of pitting. Look, he's pitting with us as well. Oh, and Alonso. Fernando Alonso from Aston Martin is also pitting here. Oh, this is going to be an interesting situation here developing at the pit lane. Hamilton is gone. Can we get up before Hamilton? Oh, it doesn't show us. No. Verstappen has taken the lead, and that was an unsafe. That was an unsafe release. That was unsafe. We could have ran to the back of Hamilton then, and we've come out the pit lane on hard tyres in position 5, lap 17. Hamilton in front. The Goose has an opportunity here, but doesn't do it. You could have got him there, Goose. You could have got him, but no. The Goose knows when to do things. He He's biding his time. So Carlos Sainz P3, Hamilton P4, Goose P5, Perez P6, and King Alonso P7. As we attempt to try and beat Hamilton. Bit of contact there with Hamilton. And we have DOS. And the Goose using the overtake button. Can he get there before Hamilton makes the corner? No. Still stuck behind Hamilton. Go on, Goose. Thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Look, he's trying to go on the grass and everything. Jesus. And here we go. Long, fast straight beat to lap 18. Lap 18 now. Hamilton tries to cut off the Goose, but no, the Goose goes around the inside. Has momentum, passes Hamilton. Passes Hamilton through the first corner here. How he's done it. P4. Hamilton's not going to be happy with that. Carlos Sainz is in position 3 and is next in line for the Goose's chaos as he attempts to make the most of his Spanish Grand Prix, his home Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz does from Ferrari. And everyone's on hard tyres for some reason. Hopefully to get us through the race. We've got 15 laps to go of the Spanish Grand Prix. We're trailing Sainz now by just under 2.5 seconds. In fact, you can actually see him on the screen, and we get a purple through section 2, which is good. It means we're doing well. And Hamilton's not going to give up that easily. He wants position 3 back. Lap 19, Goose defends. Bit of contact and a bit of hand gesturing there from the Goose towards Hamilton. Why are we getting the warning? A team that should be getting the warning. Oh, there's the contact. There's the side butt from the Goose, and he dives round the inside to turn 1. Goose, Lord. Goose putting Hamilton in his place. We're still trailing Sainz by 2.5 seconds thanks to the manoeuvre of Hamilton.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere
Oh
on
no.
combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
And now the ICE unit is starting to go on its last legs. That's great. That's great, that is. First it was the kinetic storage of the MGU-K. Then it was the fuel, the turbocharger, and now it's the actual internal combustion engine itself. This is going to cause problems for us. Will we actually get back into position 1 by the end of this race? That remains a mystery. We are now under 2 seconds.
Try and close the gap to the car ahead. It's currently 2 seconds up the road.
The Goose gains the fastest lap so far of the race, beating Verstappen's time, and Hamilton's dropped back to position. Oh no, Perez and Hamilton are having a scrap. They're over 2 seconds behind us now, and the Goose is closing in on Carlos Sainz. Oh my life. Will the Goose catch up with Carlos Sainz to get into P3? We'll have to wait and see. We have 13 laps to go of this Grand Prix, and Hamilton and Perez have dropped back significantly as they're just fighting each other. They're fighting for P5. Incredible racing. And here we go now, closing in under a second behind Sainz. The Goose is catching up to Carlos Sainz in P3 to win back a podium position here. Will he do it though? We don't have that much ERS power because of this, the turbocharger and the cellular storage system being on their last legs. Which is going to give Goose a bit of a disadvantage, as well as the fact that we don't have much of an internal combustion engine left. There he is. Look at him. Trailing him. Parrot, almost 5. What the hell have they been doing back there? They're 5 seconds behind us. More importantly, we are closing in on Carlos Sainz for position 3. We have DRS and 10% on our ERS. Will the Goose get him through the cut? No. Patience. We have to bide our time. Did we make a bit of contact there with Carlos Sainz? No! This as well, really, because the FR be screaming, as they normally do with things. And into the final corner of lap 21, into the start of lap 22. DRS. We overtake him. Oh yes, we've overtaken Carlos Sainz. Position 3 is ours. Not quite yet, because Carlos Sainz still just falls behind us in P1. Into the first corner here. Yeah, I can't speak today. And it's not over yet. The Goose one, Charles Leclerc, is over a second in front of us, and he's gaining on him. Where the hell has this Goose been all this time? This is this is a scary, dangerous animal. This man is flocking hard and has gone to war. He wants to get revenge on Leclerc for Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. But will he though? Oh, he's half a second now behind Leclerc, closing up on him. What's going to happen here? Will the Goose get him off the track and get FIA'd? Or will he actually do the sensible thing and just pass him and just, you know, not do anything stupid to Leclerc as much as he wants to? There are rules on the by the FIA. DRS enabled. ERS is trying to get the slipstream through behind Charles Leclerc as we go through lap 23 into the fast straight into turn 1. Will he do it? Yes! And he passes Charles Leclerc to P2! P2! It's just Verstappen! Verstappen is trailing by some bit though. 10 laps to go. He's 2.8 seconds in front of us, but the Whining Dutchman, he's got something on his tail here if he doesn't keep it up. Because you can just see him there in the distance in the front of your screens here. Oh my god! Where has this Goose been? What is going on? Leclerc is trailing by over a second behind us. This Goose he's on a mission. He's declared war. The Goose has gone to war, as I keep saying, because he is. It's that frustration from the last 5 rounds, the last 7 rounds, right? So Bahrain and Imola, so that rounds 1 and 6 have been okay for the Goose. P8 and P9, fair play. But the rest, we've either finished last or DNF'd, like Monaco. We did not do well at all. And this is the Goose trying to make up for the those 5 rounds, 2 DNFs, 3 last place finishes, and 2 actual good victories which got us points. And now the Goose is on a mission. And to quote Elwood Blues from the Blues Brothers, they're not going to catch us. They're not going to stop us. We're on a mission from God. I love that film. Blues Brothers, classic film. Comedy genius. Go and watch it. Brilliant. We're on a mission from God. In this case, we're on a mission from the flocking Geese himself to get revenge. And to be screwed by Ferrari in the first 2 rounds. And then quite possibly Verstappen as well. Lapping us 3 times at Monaco. lapping us, giving us the blue flag in another race as well. I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it? I forget now. No, not Imola. No, Miami. Miami. Yes, it was Miami. Lap 25. Still, considerable distance away from us is the Winding Dutchman at just over 2 seconds in front of us. But that's not really an issue for the Goose, as he is starting to catch up on him quite quickly, quite dangerous. And Verstappen better enjoy this time in P1 while it lasts, because he's under 2 seconds behind Verstappen. Oh my god! Team Chaseliner, take notes. Jackie is aggressive. Jackie is an amazing driver, but Jesus, you have a complete animal over here. Jackie may be a professional, excellent racing driver, but over here in the on the fucking Geese side, we have a complete fucking animal. An animal. A stubborn, psychotic animal.
Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff.
We're apparently a second a lap faster than the other people behind us. Leclerc is 3.5 seconds behind us, with Sainz and Perez trailing. 4.5 seconds behind us. This is incredible racing. And Verstappen is just around 2 seconds still in front of us. But I don't think that's going to last. 26 laps, so that's 7 laps to go. Will the Goose do it? The Goose is checking the tyre pressure and the status of the engine. Just quickly, tyre pressure is at 33 for front, 25 on the back, which is okay. He's pushing them really hard here. He's burning rubber like literally like nothing's ever been done before here. Bit off the track there into the grass. Make the last corner now into the start of lap 27, trying to make the use of the worn out fuel cell storage and power supply for the ERS management. Back to 0% into the first corner, and we are we are 1.5 seconds. We're 1.5 seconds behind Verstappen. You can just see him now. The Winding Dutchman has something coming, and he's got problems. He has problems. He's got big problems over behind him, people. Right to the Valkyries, people. Right to the Valkyries. Here we go. And just he's second behind Verstappen now. He knows it as well. He's trying to go for it. Look at him. He's trying to leave the Goose behind. The Goose is on his tail. He's trying everything in his power, in his little Netherlands Dutch-like power, to try and keep himself away from the Goose. But that's just not going to happen. Or maybe it will. And again, last corner here of the circuit into the start of lap 28, using what's left of the not very efficient ERS system, because obviously it's worn out. Into the first corner, we are under a second behind Verstappen. 5 laps to go here at the Spanish Grand Prix, Barcelona, Catalonia, for the 50% session of the Grand Prix session itself. 50% is actually alright for me. I know it can be quite long for some, for some people. 25% is enough, is alright, or 35 even. But for me, the 50, it just seems right, because it's 50% of. You know what it's like to do the half of the full actual Grand Prix itself, the whole session, and it tests your endurance, and I like that. I like that challenge, and we're doing very well, as you can see. Oh my life! She's sharing the same corner now with Verstappen. This Goose is going to. Oh my god, wait till he gets close to Verstappen. Verstappen's not going to like this surprise. Nasty surprise coming out behind him now. Into the end of lap 28, the last corner. DRS is enabled. ERS trying to get through the slipstream. Lap 29. Will the Goose do it in the first corner? Will he do it? Will he brake late for the first corner? Yes, he does. Will he go? Oh, there's contact. And the front wing's damaged. And he takes the lead. The Goose takes the lead from Verstappen in the cost of a front wing. The front wing is damaged, but that is, yeah.
Good job.
Not really, Mark. We have damaged the front wing. This is not going to give the Goose advantage. We have 4 laps to go. The front wing is slightly damaged, but we're position 1. We've taken the lead, and we're the fastest man in the track. Fastest lap. First place from P5, people. 13 laps later, well, 12 laps later, we're back in position 1. After just careless, ruthless rage driving this. Focused aggression. And the blue flag is up because we are trailing behind De Vries. Yeah. How does it feel to be lapped, De Vries? Remind you of Monaco? Yeah. Now you know how it feels. Because if you haven't watched, if you've not watched the Monaco Grand Prix in Mount 7, then if you have, then you know, well, we got lapped by De Vries. Spoilers. Uh-oh. We have problems. Verstappen is not happy. He wants position 1 back. He gets a good advantage here. Oh, contact. The Goose nearly loses it, but he goes through the first 2 corners without ease and leaves Verstappen behind. He knows. Verstappen has still not learned his lesson from F123, and it lost him the championship. He may go all he wants round the outside and overtake the Goose, but the Goose will just take him down the inside, dive bomb him, and leave him to dust in the background on his rearview mirror. He's still not learned his lesson, has he? Oh my life, it's an incredible racing from the Goose. Where have you been this whole time, man? We've missed you. But that, even with the damaged front wing on the left side of the front wing, we are not having any we are having a slight problem with turning, but it's not serious. And the second blue flag is out, and this time it's for our own teammate, Callan Williams, who's still in P20. So at least he's not last. Here we are, just ERS now and DRS now. We go to the lap 31. We overtake our teammate in a safe, professional way. Verstappen, you leave our teammate alone. Williams is backing off Verstappen. He's doing the Goose a favour. Get in there, son. And oh my god. The fuel mix. We have a warning light on our fuel. Which, okay, that's normal. Yeah, but that's normal, isn't it? We might have done it. Before the formation lap. You know, you can change. You can set your strategy and you can alter the amount of fuel in the car to make you lighter and faster. We might have done it a bit too far with the fuel. So it's a question of, will we actually finish the race before the tank runs out of fuel? Oh my god, no, this is, no, we've almost emptied the tank of fuel. This is serious. So lap 32, Verstappen has caught up. Oh my god, he's gone through the defence of Callan Williams, which is not really that much of a defensive strategy, really. Lap 32, Verstappen has caught up with the Goose, and he's whining. You can hear him on the radio now. You can hear him on the radio now, can't you? Screaming to the Red Bull officials back in the pit lane. And he wants P1, but the Goose is not letting him. This is a defensive Goose, and the Goose is keeping an eye on the fuel mix here. This is not Goose, and it's a red flashing light, people, for the fuel gauge. Oh no! This is gonna be one. This is gonna be end one way or the other. This race. Will we actually get to the finishing line, or will we run out of fuel before the end of lap 33? Who knows? But for now, Verstappen is still. Well, he's still trying to get to P1, but he's failing. And the Goose is trying to conserve fuel, but not. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Right, Goose has saved DRS. He saved ERS as well. And we're on the last lap, people. This is the deciding factor here. That Verstappen tries to go around the outside, fails. Goose defends him from the inside.
One lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Right, people, place your bets. Will we finish the race or not? Flashing red light. This is not a Goose side at all. Verstappen knows it. He smells blood in the water. He smells that there's not enough fuel in the tank, and he's taking advantage of this situation here that the Goose has. The flashing light has stopped. The fuel light is no longer flashing red. It is just on borderline red here. That is not Goose, and the Verstappen he's on the grass. He tries to go out the outside. There's a collision warning with Verstappen, and the Goose just goes around the inside, and here comes the rest of the cavalry. The Ferrari guys have come back in. It's Leclerc and Sainz leading behind Verstappen. They've caught up with the rest. They've caught up with us and Verstappen. If you go to the last two corners here, this is going to be intense. Will he do it? He's EMS enabled. The checkered flag. Did we do it? Yes! That was close. Can I just show you how close that was? Oh my god. Look. That's how close Verstappen was to coming P1. That's how close we were to losing position 1. And we beat it by a margin. With Leclerc in the background there. And Sainz P4. But ladies and gentlemen, our first podium victory of F1 2023 for the Flocking Geese. P1, fastest lap of the day, and Lando Norris is your driver of the day, but obviously Anthony Davidson will say something different.
And with that, we wrap up another incredible Grand Prix weekend. Natalie, fill us in. What was it that helped the team achieve their success today?
Well, what a race. At the end of the day, it is all about raw pace, and our winner had it in spades today.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
So let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed.
Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table.
Let's focus on driver of the day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like last time, just like last season, the Goose claims victory at Spain, at the Barcelona-Catalonia circuit. Victory is assured. We fought hard. Tyres were screaming. The engine was like, no. Internal combustion engine was on its last knees. Turbocharger the MG UK. Miracles were made here. Our first proper actual good race since Bahrain. But holy hell. Actually no, since Imola, I do apologise. Imola was excellent. But yes, fastest driver of the day. Faster than Verstappen. Oh. Hats off to Lando Norris, who is the actual driver of the day. Not this person. Fix the game, damn it. And Callan Williams, despite being 1 lap behind, finished in 20th position. So that's good. However, it would be nice if he would start to actually perform better. Hopefully that, you know, we are getting facilities for Williams. Callan Williams, not the Williams team. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other channel, Tico Sprinter, and we will see you for the 9th round, which I believe is in good old Canada. So take care, and we'll see you in Canada.